Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो मारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complete level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Verse number 8. आभासहीनया बुद्ध्या ज्ञातत्वं नैव जन्यते तादृग्बुद्धेर्विशेष्य कः मृदादे स्याद्विकारिणः. As much the object that is known is inert, that much the mind or the thought is also inert. So two inert things cannot know each other. Then how that one inert thing enlivens and the other part remains unenlivened? So we have seen reflection can happen only in certain conditions. If we stand before the wall, we don't see our reflection. But if it is a mirror, we see the reflection. So there is no defect in our face. It is the instrument where reflection can or cannot happen. In the same manner, these gross worldly things and the intellect, all of them are inert. Or only in the intellect, when something is received, a thought is formed, and that thought is capable of allowing the consciousness to reflect as Chidabhasa, reflected consciousness. And therefore, involvement of the thought plus reflected consciousness called Chidabhasa is necessary for the knowledge to happen. Sometime you must have seen some people sleep with everything open, eyes open, move. When their eyes are open and they are sleeping, in front of their eyes you show them no reply. Because although the eyes are open, the intellect or the mind is not flowing through. And therefore, a thought is not formed. Because a thought is not formed, there is no knowledge. And if the thought is formed, and in that thought containing the object, the reflection of consciousness, Chidabhas happens, and then that inner thought, which has become enlivened thought, is able to create the knowledge about that object. Best way to understand is your day-to-day example. Man and husband. Who is the husband? Husband is the reflected wife or reflected in wife. Wife is the mirror. Immediately everything changes. One of my friends in Bangalore, not retired, he was a brigadier at that time, now he is retired. So he was a little busy, but I reached his house. So his wife received me, we had nice coffee, we were talking about here and there. Then he came and he said, everything is given to Swamiji. He said, you are not in the office, behave properly. No, what I mean, since Swamiji has come. So, one thought, brigadier, remove that. Now the second thought, husband. The thought is the same. What are the contents? And in that content, when consciousness is reflected, so man reflected in the mirror of the wife is the husband. It is the husband who suffers, not the man. It is the Kutastha Chaitanya which remains untouched. But it is the reflected consciousness, what we call Jiva. Therefore, आभासहीनस्य बुद्ध्या ज्ञातत्वं नैव जन्यते तादृक् बुद्धिर्विशेषको मृदादेशाद विकारिणः. Therefore, that intellect which is not bathing in the light of consciousness, nothing can be known. Continue. Jnata ityuchyate kumbho mruda lipto na kutrachita thi matra vyapta kumbhasya neshyate jnatatvam neshyate tatha. Jnata ityuchyate kumbha mruda lipto na kasyachit. When the pot is covered by the clay, because it is made out of clay, when it is covered by the clay, it is not known. Similarly, if the pot is covered by only the intellect, without the reflection of the consciousness, it cannot create the knowledge. So, two things should be clear. One is the thought which is inert, and the second is the pot which is inert. They cannot know each other. But in case of the pot, there is no possibility of reflection of consciousness happening in the pot, but it can happen in the thought of the pot. And therefore, the pot thought becomes the cause of knowing the object. And therefore, unless there is the enlivened thought, knowledge cannot happen. Therefore, dhi matra vyapta kumbhasya. Only the thought is there, what we call technically vritti vyapti. Vritti vyapti means the object is included in the mind, but there is no reflection of the consciousness, then it cannot be known. Now continuing further, ज्ञातत्वं नाम कुंभे तद चिदाभास फलोदयः न फलं ब्रह्म चैतन्यं मानात् प्रागपि सत्वतः. Because of this, whatever we have discussed so far, ataha kumbhe chidabhasa falodayah. So, falodaya, phala means what? Now be attentive, these are technical terms. When the object is included in the thought, it is called as the vritti vyapti. only the object is included. Vritti Vyapti. Then Phala Vyapti. Phala Vyapti, the knower of the object is born. Phala is the result. So two things are involved. One is the object is known by the knower of the object, meaning the knower known difference is valid. See? This is a table, object is known. Where it is known? In the intellect. Which intellect? Which is bathing in the light of consciousness. So, this object is known. Now, what is the knowledge? This is an object. I know this is an object and I am not the object. Three things. Otherwise, what a great fun it will be. This is a donkey. I know this is a donkey and I am a donkey. This doesn't happen. See, now this principle, the knower is different from the known. Now, can this be applied to our own being? I know this is a pillar, but I am not a pillar. Similarly, I know myself, but I am not me. Meaning, in the self-knowledge or in the self-experience, see the difference. This notion cannot happen. I know myself, but I am not there, No. Therefore, Kutastha Chaitanya is that which is supporting all the three. Object is supported by the Kutastha Chaitanya. The knowledge of the object is supported by the Kutastha Chaitanya. And the knower of the object is also supported by the Kutastha Chaitanya. And their absence is also indicated by the same reality. Now, if this happens, what will happen? Space is supporting everything, rejects nothing, holds on to nothing, and doesn't get influenced by anything. This is regarding the gross world. Now come to the mind world. Mind supports everything. Doesn't get influenced by anything. Doesn't hold on to anything, including our body identification. We have this wrong notion that I cannot live without this. Totally wrong. Even we are not attached to our body 24/7. Only during the dream and the deep sleep, no connection with the body. That time, the individual mind is dropped and the total mind is common one. The total mind, because of which the life continues in the body, is called as Chetana. So, Chaitanya expresses as Chetana, Chetana expresses as mind. Up to here, we are in the totality. Then from that mind catches hold of one particular body, imaginary, and then individual mind is born. And in the individual mind, consciousness reflects as Chidabhasa and individual is born. What is sleep? Body identification is given up, individual mind is gone, only the total mind. Total mind is responsible for maintaining life in the body. That's it. Again and again we have to reflect on this. You see, slowly, slowly, we will be very much in the same world. But now our reactions in the world will change. And once this changes, then you come to discover what a fool I was. That is the reason why wise people do not have ahankar. Because what is wise, being wise? Yeah, earlier I was a fool. So how can you have the abhiman of earlier fool? No, by the way, it cannot be. On the contrary, one feels ashamed. Therefore, jnatatvam nama kumbhe tat chidamasa phalodaya. When the chidamasa happens there, so now the three things. Object included in the thought, and in that thought, reflection of consciousness, chidabhasa. These three things, when the reflection happens, that is the knower. When reflection has not happened, object is included in the thought, it is the vritti vyapti. The vritti vyapti is external, phala vyapti is internal. And the knowledge is, this is a pot. See? So, jnatatvam nama kumbhe tachidamasa phalodaya. Na phalam brahma chaitanyam. But I am is not like knowing a pot. Because in knowing the object, the knower is different from the known. But when we know ourselves, it is not like knowing through the chidabhasa or through the... Can we say the man knows the husband? Clear. Husband doesn't know the man. If the husband knows the man, he will never be a miserable husband. He will continue to be husband, but not miserable husband. Because he knows now, essentially I am man, accidentally husband. See? Once you get the click of it, thereafter, what will be the sadhana? See? One child asked a question to his father. Dad, yes, beta, these days I am listening to all holy stories. Very good. I heard that in Ramayana, Bhagwan Ram was so dedicated, devoted to his father. He gave up everything and went to the forest. Yes, very good. And Dad, yes, in Satyayug, Prahlad did not listen to his father, but he followed the path of devotion. Yes, very good. He was a great devotee. Then my question is, whether we should follow Rama or Prahlad? Father said, beta, we are neither in the Satyayug nor in the Tretayug. We are in Kali Yug. We have to listen to mummy. Problem solved. Hey friends. Now tell me, what did you get? Did you get anything? But are you not happy? This causeless bliss is our essential nature. Our whole problem is this. We want happiness, don't do that. Then express happiness in every action, in every thought. You have learned Kutastha Chaitanya. But we are all the time seeking happiness. And we don't learn from our experiences whatever we may like. Initially, the intensity of liking is at the peak. As the time passes, the intensity of liking reduces, and then the mind starts searching for something different. Because The mind can never remain attracted with the same intensity with everything and every being in this world. It cannot. That is a manufacturer's defect. Old couples stay together never because of love. Forget about it. Love is an illusion. They stay together because of मजबूरी का नाम महात्मा गांधी. Hey friends, it is easier to deal with the known enemy than to deal with the unknown friend. Hey friend, once you take this stand in your life, you will have zero complaints about anything. ऐसा ही होता है. But we become so serious about it. I have done so much for him, but now he doesn't care for me. Cry. Or else separate and then regret. See, friends. Therefore, friends, remember this. Life is lived under the light of wisdom. You will never be miserable. And wisdom is learning from our every single experience. So, jnatatvam nama kumbhe tat chidabhasa phalodaya na phalam brahma chaitanya. So, when a pot is known, there phalodaya means a knower is born. But when the Brahma Chaitanya is known, their knower is not born. Because Brahma Chaitanya is not other than the knower. See? A simple example, eyes can see every color and form. Eyes cannot see themselves. Therefore, they are blind. See? One more technique I will tell you. When you are sitting quiet in your room, absolute darkness, open your eyes. Because eyes are open, seeing is happening. Because there is darkness, nothing to see. Because there is nothing to see, no seer is born. What is that experience? Seeing without a seer. This is your essential nature. न फलम ब्रह्म चैतन्य मानात प्राग अपि सत्वतः. Even before knowing we are divine, we are divine. Even without the use of any known means of knowledge, manat prag. No sense organs required, no mind required, no intellect required. Earth is known by 5 attributes. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Waters have got 4 attributes. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, no Gandha, no smell. Fire has got 3 attributes. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha is not there. Air has got 2 attributes. Shabda, Sparsha, sound and touch. Space has got only 1 attribute, Shabda. Now, where is the space? Space is the projection of the mind. When the mind is enfolded in deep sleep, space also disappears. Then where are we, when are we, and what are we? Everything is over. Now that space, which is in the mind, so space has got 1 attribute, Shabda, the sound. Mind has no Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, none of them. And therefore, sense organs cannot comprehend what the mind is. Now this mind cannot comprehend the Chetana because the cause cannot be known by the effects. Friends, the colors and forms cannot know the vision. Vision is the cause. Slowly and steadily play with this. Slowly, one day it will just click. You know what is spiritual life? It is a knack. Like riding a bicycle is a knack. There are some people, they just cannot learn riding a bicycle. They try but they fall down. And those who know, you ask them, hey, what is exactly balance? Yeah, balance is balance. Say, I can show you immediately. You can't explain that. Similarly, swimming is a knack. There are some people, they just can't swim. What can you do with that? Similarly, spiritual life, recognition of our divine nature is a knack. And therefore, it cannot be explained. To explain that unexplainable is Kutastha Deepa. So, Jnatatvam Nama Kumbhe Tachidabhasa Phalodaya. In the objective pursuit, knowledge, the knower is required. Na phalam Brahma Chaitanyam. But I am the knower of the Brahman, it can never happen. Because the knower-known division is dissolved. Manat pragapi satvataha. Even before all the known means of knowledge, we continue to be 11th verse. Paragartha prameyeshu ya phalatvena sammata संवत्सैवेह मेयोर्थः वेदांतोक्ति प्रमाणतः. Parag artha. Pratyak means near, parag means far away. Parag artha, the external objects, prameyeshu, when the external objects are to be known, we require the means of knowledge, the sense organs. And thereafter, ya savid phalatvena, then the knower, the consciousness is required to know the object. Because the object is outside, other than I. Evam, in the same manner, Vedanta Shastra, Vedanta iti pramanataha. Vedanta very clearly tells that what is worthy of knowing is know. That the known cannot be the knower, and the knower cannot be known. So who am I? I am beyond known and unknown. Now apply this technique. Sound I know, so I am the knower of the sound. Silence I know, so I am the knower of the silence. Then who am I? I am knower of the sound when identified with the ears. I am knower of the silence when not identified with the ears. Then who am I? Am I beyond knower and the known? And to catch this, find out. Known sound heard by ears. In between the taps, there is a silence. Heard by what? But we do experience silence. See? So, with the sound, I was there. Without the sound, I am there. Then who is this I? With the sound, I was there when Chidabhasa is there, because I was identified with the ears. With the silence, I am not identified with the ears. And yet I know the silence. Therefore, rule is that experience which does not involve the operation of any known means of knowledge. Known means of knowledge are sense organs, mind and intellect. Therefore, the Kutastha Chaitanya, the Brahma Chaitanya is neither an object to be known, nor an emotion to be felt. Ah, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Or intellectually grasped as a concept, Bhagavan Krishna. No. See, friends, that which is beyond the scope of objectivity, emotion, and concept is the truth. It is for this purpose. Mauna Vyakhya Prakatita Para Brahma Tattvam Yuvanam Varsheshtante Vasadrushi Ganehi Avrutam Brahmanishtahi Acharendram Karakula Chinmudravananda Rupam Swatma Ramam Muditavadanam Dakshinamurti Mide. Therefore, the truth is revealed through the Chinmudra. Chinmudra, this I in association with the body, prana and the intellect is the jiva. When this I dissociate with these three and comes back to the Anandamaya Kosha, the jiva has disappeared. When a wave goes back to the ocean, is it the same wave comes out? When I go to sleep, is it the same one comes out? Think. Yes and no. If I sleep as a doctor, I don't wake up as an engineer. But earlier I have killed many patients. Now I don't kill that many. Change. Slowly, slowly these contradictions will reveal the truth. The truth is hidden behind the contradiction. Joy against sorrows. The one which is supporting both joy and sorrows is beyond them. Asti nasti. Waking and dream is something is, something is, something is. Deep sleep and samadhi, nothing is, nothing is, nothing is. Both is and is not are supported by something which is neither present nor absent. It is beyond the presence and absence. In short, in the language of relativity, the truth can never be spoken. And therefore, when there is Ekameva Dvitiya, one without a second, the silence is the only answer. And that silence is not against sound. What we call Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma, na shochati na kankshati, ever at peace. Therefore, Paragartha Prameyeshu ya phalatve nisammata, the external object require the knowledge through the knower. But in case of one's own being, it is not required. This is how Vedanta Shastra tells. Similarly, iti vartika karena chit sadrishyam vivakshitam brahma chit phalayor bhedaha sahasryam vishruto yataha. These are the various quotations given. The Sureshwaracharya in his writings and the Vedanta Sahasra, like the Vishnu Sahasranam, like that there are 1000 verses in Vedanta. There also this is very established that Brahmachit Phalayo Bhedaha. So the pure consciousness and the conditioned consciousness is distinctly brought out. In our local example, conditioned consciousness is husband, unconditioned consciousness is man. Now this conditioning, is it really influencing the man? Yes and no. If he takes the wife as real, he will suffer. If you take the wife as real, only when she is in front of you. Otherwise, relax. Therefore, a rule, wherever, whatever you are, be 100%. See, friends, but we carry the load on 24/7. We all have to do so many jobs, so many roles we have to play. So play every role. See, Bhagavad Gita did not give knowledge. Bhagavad Gita only removed the wrong notions. See, Arjuna's question was that only. Dharma samudha cheta. I am confused about my dharma. Who am I at this given period of time? Bhagavan Krishna didn't tell him Brahma, Jnana, no. Whatever he told, what is the conclusion? At the end he asked him, has your delusion gone? See? Moha. Samudha cheta, I am under the influence of moha. See? So, get out of the moha. So, mo means moha, ksha means kshaya. When wrong notions are dispelled, the truth is revealed. Work on it, friends, again and again. This example probably I gave you. Every suitcase you want to carry is always small. It is manufacturer's defect. Any suitcase you take is always small. And then you cannot add space as you can add other contents. Then what is to be done? Remove the extra contents. See? The moment you remove the extra content, space is revealed. Exactly. Remove the unwanted contents from your mind. Which are those memories, worries. Remove them, the truth is revealed. Therefore, Bhagwan Prakatoti Upanishad says, Yamai Vesha Runate Tena Labhyaha Tasesha Atma Virunate Tanum Swam. When you are seeking the truth, you drop everything. When you are listening to silence, you refuse to get disturbed by the sounds. Sounds will keep on coming. With whom and with how many people you will fight? Friends, Vedantic practice is as simple as this. But when we take this world as a solid reality, I want to do this, I will keep on doing. Not to improve the world, but to keep ourselves occupied. Empty mind is the devil's workshop. Keep occupied, busy, so much that you don't have time to die. Death comes, I'm so sorry, busy. Then why we are doing all this thing? It is our need. Empty mind is the devil's workshop. Keep it occupied. Occupy in such a manner that our time pass ho jata hai. So when we lead our life as a time pass, what it means? It means we are not worried about success or failure. At least you can keep busy, that's it. Life becomes burden-free. Then, thereafter, life is lived through us. There is nobody who is living life. Then our life will be like what? Like the lamp, light in the lamp. Whether the lamp is in the temple or a toilet, makes no difference. Temple lamp is not holy and toilet lamp is not unholy. When we thus rise above the small little things, we start living at peace with ourselves and at peace with everyone. Therefore, these two things, Jiva and Kutastha Chaitanya. Jiva, Jivatma, Paramatma. Jiva, Brahma, whatever names you give. So one is absolute, second is relative. In absolute, there are no problems. In relative, there is nothing but problems. What is to be done? Don't take the relative as absolute. Then you will get relative happiness. If you want absolute happiness, play the game of life. Continuing further, Abhasa uditastasmat ज्ञातव्यम जनयेद घटे तत्पुनर् ब्राह्मणाभ्यास्य अज्ञातत्वे तत्ववदेव हि आभास उदितः तस्मात् ज्ञातव्यम जनयेद घटे. When the thought is reflecting the consciousness as Chidabhasa, immediately the object is known by the knower. This knower is the Jiva. The knower is the soul, whatever language you use. Here it is said Abhasa. Abhasa means which appears but doesn't exist. One lady came home, heavily pouring. Poor lady, she didn't have anything to cover herself. Anyway, she came home, knocked the door. Husband opened the door and closed. She got so wild. Again knocked and shouted at the husband, "How dare you do that? Oh, it's you, I didn't recognize." Because he has always seen her with a makeup. Varun Devata has come and makeup was washed away. Who are you? In the same manner, the Jiva is a makeup. Paramatma is Nirgun Nirakar. No attributes, no beautiful, no ugly, no rich nor poor, nor man nor woman. Discover this truth, friends. And this discovery is what? You disappear. When we sleep, the one who sleeps, where does he go? It's the same process. As we go to sleep, same is the spiritual practice. So what we do when we go to sleep, don't demonstrate. What we do, we withdraw from the world possessions, then relations, then our responsibilities, then we come home, then we drop the home, we are in our bed. And last mantra is what? Omnusha, Omnusha, Omnusha. No. Then I want to sleep. I want to sleep. I want to sleep. So we start doing that mantra. On the back, on the left side, right side, on the stomach, again try. And in that struggle, when this I is also dropped, the Sapta Swara Sangit begins. Karr, karr. You have transcended the time. You have transcended the I. And therefore, you are not in a hurry. Therefore, have you ever heard, seen somebody snoring hurriedly? Kar, 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 kar. No. There is no hurry. Karr. Dar, 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 dar. See? Nobody is disturbed or disturbed. Who cares? Because I am not there. It's all happening in Prakriti. But we experience only bliss. Nobody ever says that I had deep sleep but I was suffering. No, others were suffering. See, friends, therefore, abhasa uditaha tasmat jnatatvam janayet ghate. Because of the chidabhasa, because of the jiva, because of the husband, somebody is born. So this is the object, I know this is my wife, I am husband. Then, tat purar brahmana abhasasya ajnatatvena evahi. And when this chidabhasa disappears, meaning what? Now the thought has disappeared. How? Now the wife is dropped from the mind. The moment the wife is dropped from the mind has dissolved the husband thought, and thereafter he will not remember the wife at all. Now to understand this, if you work on yourself, when you become somebody and start thinking, see what happens. When you become husband and start thinking, the thoughts will be pertaining to the wife. When you become father, you will start thinking about the children. So the one who is thinking is this chidabhasa. But in deep sleep, we are neither mother, father, brother, husband, wife. Therefore, there is no theme to think. Infinite, there cannot be thoughts. Finite alone, there can be thoughts. So, tat puna brahmana abhasasya ajnatam tattva evahi. When the abhasa, the reflected consciousness, the jiva bhava disappears, nothing is there. Therefore, reflect on this question. We all say this statement, I had good sleep, but in between I had bad dreams. Who makes this statement? We all say this, isn't it? Who makes this statement? The waker cannot make this statement. He was not in the deep sleep. The dreamer cannot make this statement because we are talking to the waker. The deep sleeper cannot make this statement, I had a good sleep. Unless he has seen the sleep, how can he know? He was also awake. Who is the one who makes this statement? So he is the one who is illuminating waking world, waking experiences, and the waker without becoming any one of them. He is making this statement. I had good sleep, but in between bad dreams. Because he has to be present in all the three. Then only statement can be made. Waker is limited only to the waking, dreamer to dream, deep sleeper to deep sleep. But there is one common denominator which is supporting all the three and yet beyond all the three. This is what Bhagavan says, Vedaisya sarvai ahameva vidya matta smriti jnanam apohanancha. I alone support waking world of the waker, dream and the deep sleeper, and therefore what is worthy of knowing in this world is who is this I. All other things makes no difference. What may be the height of this pillar? Arey, kya farak padta hai, whatever. No need. It makes no need. But it makes a difference. We know ourselves or not. See, friends, Tat Purar Brahmana Bhasyam Ajnatatvena Evahi. Therefore, recognize this simple rule of spiritual life. We do not have to gain anything in life. Don't have to protect anything. Let the life be lived through us. And for that, Various techniques are in our happy mantra. The first technique is don't take life too seriously, including spiritual practice. Avoid doing the things. Try being whatever you are. And secondly, na kuch pana, na kuch khona. When this different type of standpoint change you can understand, your whole Bhagavad Gita meaning will change. For example, if you take the last verse, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shusha. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. If you read superficially, what does it mean? Give up all your dharma. Meaning, you are no more husband, wife, brother, father, nothing. Then only mamekam sharanam, do bhajan, Krishna, 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 Krishna. This is normally the devotees, they talk like this thing. But that is not the meaning. Bhagwan Krishna is speaking. He is not straight. He is 3 places crooked. There is something hidden behind it. What? Sarva dharman paridhaj. Give up everything, whatever you have. First of all, find out what do you have. Right from our body onwards, what is ours? That we have to give up. Meaning, when it is said, give up everything, meaning, come to know, nothing belongs to us. That is the meaning. Then, mamekam sharanam vraja. If nothing belongs to me, then who am I? Whatever is that which is present in the absence of everything, that is what you are. Then, sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami. Then you will transcend all the sins and the merits. See? What is the sin and the merit? Sin and the merit is the arrogance of achievement and the regrets of failure. Everything disappears. Then we don't become hang up like our phone. Babaji, kya ho gaya? Oh, what is there to happen? Are you not well? Somehow surviving. Have you taken food? If somebody throws something, खा लेते. मरो ना. मौत भी नहीं आती. Complaining about everything. Be afraid, because we are holding on to that which cannot be held. Space you cannot hold, time you cannot hold. We are trying to hold this. See, Maharaj, again and again recognize this truth. Continuing further, धीवृत्या भास कुंभानाम समूहो भास्यते चिदा कुंभ मात्र फलत्वात् स एक आभासत स्फुरेत्. धीवृत्ति आभासः, the reflected consciousness in the thought, kumbhanam samuhaha, all the various parts which were there, chida bhasyate, all of them are illuminated by the same consciousness, the Kutastha Chaitanya. Kumbha matram phalatvad. But that particular thought knows only that particular pot. Get it clear? This light is illuminating everything. But the reflected light on me is limited only to me. The common light is illuminating everything. Reflected light limited to the object, that is where the object is reflected, the light is reflected. Therefore, be attentive. If you remove the forms, shapes, and then you see, formless cannot be known because eyes can operate in forms. Silence cannot be known by the ears because the ears can operate only in the sounds. But the truth is beyond name and forms. And therefore, while living in this world, dekho suno mat bolo, and when all by yourself, just sit quiet. Quiet means what? Don't have to close the eyes and sit. Normal. No reaction. Ha ha, ho, time pass. That's it. Okay. So as many thoughts, so many knowledges and so many knowers. Because so many thoughts. Now reduce the number of thoughts entertained. So many thoughts, children, grandchildren, money, government, health, so many thoughts. Reduce slowly, slowly. What is the thought? That Jo thari rai so mari rai. I am care of divine will. So all other thoughts are now dropped. Only one thought. O Lord, thy will be done. When this happens, the agitations of the mind about the children, about the family, about the government, about health, so many poultry farm going on, that will slowly quieten down. And therefore, lesser the frequency of thoughts entertained by us, we are closer to our divine nature. In the deep sleep, there is no thought, therefore we are closest to the divinity that we are. So in the sleep, what do we do? Nothing. What do we get? Nothing. What do we lose? Nothing. And because of this, there is no thought. This freedom from thoughts, although functioning through the thoughts, is Jivan Mukti. Although driving the car in the midst of the crowds and yet protecting yourself and the crowd is skilled driving. In the same manner, living in the same world without going to the forest, without going to the Himalayas, living everything same, no change. And in that state, when we are able to live without getting reactionary to anything or anybody, we have understood and experienced what is Kutastha Chaitanya. This is the Kutastha Deep, this is the light of the divinity that we are. Therefore, living at zero complaint level. But people don't understand क्या फर्क पड़ता है. तुमको don't try to make others wise. Your value will go down. Like the doctors have prayer, Sarve Bhavantu Roginaha, then only their business continues. Our prayers are also like that. Sarve Bhavantu Ajnaninaha. The more ignorant you remain, our market remains intact. Don't become wise, okay? Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.